Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar on Supreme Saver Demand Letter. My name is Jasilda and I'm the Assistant Manager for the Voice team at Neural IT. Neural IT pioneers in offering medical legal, voice and IT services for personal injury, medical malpractice and mass tort law firm. Now, without further ado, I shall introduce our speaker, Ms. Mary Upani, Business Development Manager at Neural IT. She has a decent expertise as Business Development Manager. Her deep passion for work involves interacting with our privileged clients, which in turn inspired her to be an integral part of this informative webinar. Over to you, Ms. Mary Upani.
A very good evening to all the participants and thank you, Jasilda. You all have all taken your time off to be a part of today's webinar, the Supreme Saver Demand Letter. Let me start off with a small thought. People who have fully prepared themselves always save time. Now, Albert Einstein once said that if he's been given a task of chopping a tree and he's been given 6 hours to do so, he would be spending the first 4 hours in sharpening the axe. Why would he spend 4 hours in sharpening the axe? Because once your action plan is ready, then the work becomes easier. And for a lawyer, time is of the greatest essence. You may have a law firm, maybe it's a big law firm, it could be a small, or you may be a sole practitioner. But proper planning and management could increase productivity and efficiency. On this note, let us begin our today's webinar. Now, the webinar is being divided into 2 parts. The first 20 minutes we will be spending on discussing how Neural IT could help and assist law firms in drafting a strong demand letter and how can that benefit or be advantageous to the law firms. And the last 10 minutes is reserved for all your questions. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box and I will be more than happy to assist you with that. Now, why did we choose our topic for today as demand letter? Now, we all know that a strong, persuasive, and a powerful demand letter helps to resolve matters outside the court. And at Neural IT, we have the team of legal and medical experts who would help in drafting a demand letter, a strong demand letter that involves resolution outside the court for all the disputes. And this in turn reduces your chances of filing a lawsuit with a subtle undertone of drafting a demand letter. Some of us here may feel that why should I outsource it to Neural IT and why not have an in-house team that could draft demand letter? Now, there are 2 important reasons that you may want to avoid having an in-house team. The first one, high legal cost. Most of our personal injury firms have a lot of cases that are being filed, which requires allocation of resources and cost. And that could be for administrative requirement, it could be for infrastructural expansion, it could also be for legalization of documents. And with this, having an in-house team of paralegals or legal workers drafting a demand letter may turn out to be expensive or costly. The second important point is time consideration. Drafting a demand letter requires a lot of the team needs to go through a lot of minute information like the type of injury, the impact of the injury, need to go through a lot of complex medical records and also the billing records. And most of the time, the in-house team of paralegals and legal workers find it extremely draining and time-consuming to draft a demand letter and go through all these minute informations. What is in it for you? Of course, you have taken your time out, you're sitting here attending this session. Obviously, you would want to know, how is this going to be advantageous for me and for my law firm? Why should we source our demand letter to Neural IT? Now, Neural IT has a highly skilled team of legal and medical experts along with the paralegals who would draft a settlement demand letter for you. Now, there are a few points that I would like to highlight here, which would be beneficial for a law firm. Now, the first one is professional quality. We all look for quality, we all look for professionalism. Now, when you outsource a demand letter to Neural IT, our team of medical and legal experts will make sure that the draft that is done matches the expectations of a law firm and it matches your expectations. The demand letter is going to be professional, it's going to be reliable and polite. If a law firm uses a particular template to go ahead and draft a demand letter, then our team of experts can adapt to that template and make sure that we customize the demand letter as per the law firm's requirement. The second is reduction in cost. A very important point here. Neural IT works on a significantly low cost as compared to an in-house team who will be drafting a demand letter, and this will help you not only to save on the cost, but you will be getting the best results. So you are reducing on the cost but getting the best result. Time management. Outsourcing a demand letter to Neural IT gives you a time zone benefit, which means once you send us the demand letter case with all your documents, my team here at Neural IT will be working during the night. You will be sending us the details during your business hours, and my team works during the night, going through all the detailing, all the documentations, all the relevant required documents, and you will have them available to you during your business hours. And this usually helps when it comes to some urgent requirements. The fourth point is competitive workflow. Now, when you outsource your demand letter to Neural IT, we would be working as your extended arms, which gives you a competitive edge in legal process over your direct competitors. Last but not the least, medical fact research, one of the most important parts of drafting a demand letter. Now, we have a team of medical experts who will interpret all the difficulties in a complex medical record. They will be doing all the research and the groundwork in optimizing and reviewing a medical record. What are the different types of cases that we take? Auto accident, general negligence, dog bite, medical malpractices, nursing home negligence, wrongful death, assault or battery, product liability, property damage, tenant-landlord settlement letters. These are just a few that has been listed here, but yes, we have many more. Now, what do we require from you to draft a demand letter and when we take up a case? We require a police report or an incident report, intake sheet, medical and billing record, letter of representation from the insurance company, photographs if any available, wage loss document if available or applicable, property damage document if available or applicable. Now, how does the entire process of drafting a demand letter work? What's the workflow? Initially, our team will review the case, and if there is any information that's missing, they will seek the missing information from the law firm, process and estimate after the initial review is done. Then a further estimation will be done after the receipt of all the missing information. Then we will send an approval request to the client. And after the approval is received, the amount will be deducted from the account. And then the case proceeds for final approval. Now, all of these that we do, that is uploading of the documents, the financial transactions, everything will be done through our in-house web portal, which is Entrust. This portal keeps all work-related communications transparent and at the same time confidential between the client and Neural IT. And at any point in time, if you decide that you do not want to continue with our services and you want to just discontinue, yes, you are free to do so. There will be no questions asked, there will be no force and no obligations. What are the charges for a demand letter? As we spoke earlier as well, Neural IT focuses on reduction of cost. We charge significantly lesser amount. So the prices that for a demand letter starts from $65 to draft a 100-page assignment into a demand letter, and additional 60 cents per additional assignment page. Now we have three key players in drafting a demand letter: medical writers, legal experts, and data processors. Now, the medical writers, what is their functioning? They prepare a summary for injuries based on medical records, format a document as per the client's requirement, incorporate research with bibliography and demonstrate the severity of injury, provide all information in terms of medical aspect. We also use ICD-10 code for diagnosis of injury. Here you will see an image of how the diagnosis of injury is. This is a medical summary with illustrations. Now, these illustrations are prepared by our in-house team of graphic designers. And if you wish to go ahead and insert these kind of illustrations in your demand letter, you just need to let us know and it will be taken care of by our team. Each illustration will cost you an extra $2 each illustration. The second key player, legal experts. Now, they prepare an accurate document to avoid misinterpretation. They add research on the accident type and its impact on the client's current as well as their future life. We could see the description of the accident. You can also see the image of the vehicle that's damaged, the impact that's created. This is how the demand for settlement would look like. Now, what are the type of damages we include or cover in our demand letter? There are two types of damages: economic damage and non-economic damage. Economic damages are further divided into medical expense, medical necessary travel and treatment time, lost compensation and impairment of earning capacity, and property damage. The medical expense is further divided into two: past medical expense and further medical expense. My apologies, future medical expense. Non-economic damage is divided into pain and suffering, mental anguish, inconvenience for injury. This is how the damage summary would look like. The third key players, the data processors. They review the billing records as per the law firm's requirement. And they will also add comments in the hot sheet in case of errors, and will also be updating the settlement sheet document. This is how the billing records will be looking like. The most important part of any professional requirement is the quality. We all look for the best quality. So as it very well says, all that starts well ends with the quality check. So none of our documents that we draft, the demand letters that we draft, is not sent to the client unless and until we do a quality check. So every page is quality checked before the delivery. We check for accuracy of information in the draft, and the final draft is delivered via entrust to the client. You have the hot sheet here. All notes and missing information associated with the case will be added to the hot sheet so that it will be easier for an attorney to track any missing records or missing information. So you have everything at a glance if there is anything that's missing. Last but not the least, we have the exhibit. Now, exhibit is basically a PDF file that contains all the records associated to the case. And with this, we come to the end of our first part of the webinar. And you see on the screen, there is a registration link, which is to our portal, that is Entrust. Definitely, you do not have to make a note of anything right now, because after the webinar is over, all the participants will be receiving an email which will have this registration link. And it will also have a promo code. Now, the registration will not take anything less than 4 to 5 minutes. You can go ahead and register. We will also be sharing a handout. You will be given this promo code which you can use, and this promo code will be valid only for 24 hours. That is from today 3 p.m. till tomorrow, the 18th of August, 3 p.m. This promo code will allow you to get 2 additional demand letter drafting services free. Now, why are we giving you 2 additional demand letters services free? Is just for you to understand the manner in which our team at Neural IT works, and even the team gets to understand the requirement of the law firm and accordingly customize the demand letter. We will be now quickly moving on to the second part of our webinar, which is the question and answer session. I have received quite a few of questions and queries, which I will be taking up right now. But because of time constraint, I'll be able to answer just maybe 4 to 5 questions. If there is any question that I've missed out on answering, or if there is something that you would like to discuss with us in person on an individual basis, please give us a call on our toll-free number, which is 844-648-8326. And you can also email into us at info@neuralit.com. So quickly going to our question answers, the Q&A part. The first question that I have gotten today is, what is the general turnaround time for a case? Now, it usually depends on the length of the case. If the case has less than 300 pages of medical records, then our team is able to deliver it within 72 hours. You will be getting an estimate as well as the time frame. And if you need a demand letter a little quicker, then you just need to let us know, and our team will try to add a few additional resources and try to accomplish the task as early as possible. Just to note, there is no additional charges for a fast track process. We will just be adding a few additional resources to expedite the process. The second question that I have for today is, are you confident to do a demand letter as per the law firm's format? Yes, of course we are, and we can definitely draft a demand letter as per the law firm's format. And the whole idea of doing a couple of sample demand letters is to understand the law firm's requirement, and also gives a chance for the law firm to understand the manner in which our legal and medical team, the entire team at Neural IT, the way they work, so that we can customize the demand letter for the client and give it to them as per their expectations. The third question that is coming for today is, I do not have a paralegal to assist me. Will you be able to assist me to sort out relevant documents, and how does the calculation work? Now, these are two questions, so let me answer them in two parts for you. We will first do the first part, that is, I do not have a paralegal, so will you assist me? Yes, we will assist you with paralegal service as well. You just need to send us all the documents that is available with you, and our team will sort out everything that is required and take the relevant documents for the cases, add them in chronological order, and also highlight what is important and required. Answering the second part of the question, how does the calculation work? Now, we do not charge for any duplicates. We will only charge you for the documents that is relevant to the case, and in case the actual amount is lesser to the estimate, the remainder will be credited to your account, and that will be through Entrust. Okay, I have another question which says, I'm concerned with the confidentiality of the documents of my client, and which are the security measures that you follow? Now, the very reason Neural IT does not send or receive any documents via email is to keep everything secured and confidential. We only use our HIPAA and GDPR compliant portal, the in-house portal, that is Entrust. The only user at your firm will be given access to the documents using a unique user ID and password, which will be provided to them by us. And also, when we talk about Neural IT is ISO 27001:2013 certified organization, and we are also HIPAA and GDPR compliant. The last and the final question for the day that I'm going to take up is, what happens if we change our mind and we do not want to continue your services? If at any point of time you decide not to take our services, yes, there will be no force, no questions will be asked to you. But yes, if there is anything pertaining to the quality, we will definitely want you to give us a feedback. Otherwise, if you change your mind to discontinue our services, then a check for the remainder amount will be cut and mailed out to you. You will be notified via email as well. And once you confirm the receipt of the money, we will allow you to safely download all the documents that you require and you need, and then the account will be archived. It will no longer be available to our operations team. But at any point in time, if your business expands and you need the assistance of Neural IT, you just need to give us a call or send us an email, and we will unarchive the account. So these are the only questions that I have in for today, and thank you very much everyone to attend, who have been able to attend. I hope this webinar has been informative to you, and have a very good day. Thank you.